cleansing breath for me, okay? And just nice and relaxed, nice even breathing. Okay? Right straight in here for about 10 seconds, okay? Okay, you ready? All right, here we go. Okay, takes care of that part. Okay, move. Okay. We got some yellow and some green, orange. Yellow, orange, and blue. Okay, they're going to be colorful. This has some new love coming.
Ooh, I'm feeling that.
Ah, look at the pink by your heart.
Oh, wow.
So there's growth and learning, there's spiritual growth and love coming. And life is just going to settle down, get very peaceful. And you know, your outlook is good, but you're dealing with some icky people. See that kind of burnt orange around the top? Okay, Susan, put your hands on your hand plates, okay?
Sure will.
Okay, and take a nice cleansing breath, okay? And then just nice and relaxed, nice even breathing. Okay. And right in here for about 10 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Here we go. Well, I don't think you're going to be as red as you were the last time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Red as in anger, or red as in
Orange and
purple,
green and yellow is going to be
sensual.
pretty colorful too, but it's definitely going to be better than the last one.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Okay. Mission cell today. All right, I have some questions for you before I read your picture. I have some questions.
Sure.
Feel like you're dancing to a different drummer?
Yes, I am.
Like the water in the sky?
Yes.
You have a high pain threshold?
Yes.
Did you ever have your IQ checked?
No.
Pretty smart.
Thanks. Yes.
People with dysphoria have really high IQ. You feel like you have a special mission?
Yes, I do.
Why, you think you found yours? Because this is a mission picture. So
Oh, cool.
Yes.
you're doing your mission.
That's
Okay.
great. It's perfect because I feel this podcast is my mission.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you only see this picture one time, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm telling you today, you don't need to know it yet.
Okay.
So, but it's the arch of orange around your head like a triangle that tells me your mission. So,
Oh, awesome.
so you're here to do some altruistic things, help mankind. Okay, so
That's great.
A lot of creativity up in there. You still need a little clearing in through here, though.
Oh, in the heart?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Throat chakra and emotions that are more so than the heart even. So, and this is a little bit of a change. You know, something to do with your work. Probably some more money coming in.
Well,
which would
that's
be good.
Just great. I will accept it.
That's your creativity. There's some angels up in this part.
Oh, how cool.
But people see you as a very happy, outgoing, friendly, optimistic person who's a bit of a healer and a teacher.
Yes, I am. I'm a Reiki master.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good. Green is good for a
Yes.
Reiki master. So. But there, see the difference in the yellows? This is the lemon yellow, and this is the more golden yellow.
Very
So
nice.
this has to do with work, but this is your sunny, happy outlook.
Yay!
So,
I'm so
But
happy.
basically, your picture as a whole says your mission zone. And I used to call these pictures aliens.
Oh.
But then somebody told me that Sylvia Brown called them mission zone. That sounds funny.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Very good. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hello, everybody. I'm back again. This is Susan from Metaphysically Speaking, and I'm here with the lovely Kay Simon. She does auric photography. a wonderful woman, bubbly, happy, and she's been doing this for quite a while now.
18 years.
Yeah. And I'd love to share with everybody your story of how you got into this.
Oh, okay. Well, I came to Florida, moved down here in 1991. I'm from the Midwest. Most people still probably have work, and I did not know when I came to Florida I had no work.
Oh, sure.
But one of the first people I met was a woman who could see words. And she always knew what, I was in the ladies' club, she always knew what everybody was thinking, feeling. I got angry with her one night, I didn't have to tell her, she knew that. And she tried to teach us to see words, but it's pretty much a gift. You either got it or you don't.
Yes.
But about 2 years later, I had another friend who went to Atlanta to hear Wayne Dyer and Deepak Chopra. And while she was there, they had a lady with one of the cameras, and she had her war picture taken. So that same weekend, actually Thanksgiving weekend, 1993, biggest reason I remember it. And that same weekend, I was in Cassadaga, and I got a reading from a man who could see auras. And he told me I had a big bright aura, and very soon I would be doing something very different with my life. But he didn't know what it would be, but it wouldn't be like anything I'd ever done. Well, I was looking for something to do, but I never thought it would be this. But anyhow, so I had dinner with my friend a couple of weeks later, and she brought her picture with her. And I said, oh, so that's what an aura looks like. I said, that's pretty interesting. Well, she had this little gold picture, and her friend, the lady, just told her, you think with your head and that's your heart. Well, that was very true. And she ended up married to a multi-millionaire with jet planes and homes all over the world, so, who looks like Popeye. But she's still with him, and that was 18 years ago.
Wow.
But so anyhow, I asked her, I said, can I take your picture with me? I'd like to show it to my gentleman friend. So I showed it to him that night, and he said, oh, so we have to get one of those. We'll put it in Photobush, the airport, and we put in $5 and get the one, we'll be rich. Oh, John, that's a great idea. Do you think they sell them at Walmart or Canada? Well, of course he didn't know. So I called my friend, and I got the number of the lady who'd come from California to Atlanta, and she said she had people lined up at the door. But the woman would not tell me where she got her camera. She told me she paid $30,000 for it.
Wow.
And then if I got 100 people, she'd come to Florida and take her picture. Yeah, I bet you would, wouldn't you? Yeah. Well, you know, now this is 93. I don't know about you, but I didn't have a computer.
Oh, yeah. They
Never
were
heard of
scarce
the
back
internet.
then. Yeah.
And I said, well, I guess that takes care of that. So about a week later, I'm babysitting for my stepdaughter, and I still had my friend's picture with me. And her husband was home. Well, I didn't usually talk to him, but for some reason that day, I said, did you ever see an aura picture? He said, no. I showed him, my mother knows about it. I do it at this little New Age store downtown. I said, really? Oh, your mother? Well, his mother didn't know who did it, but she suggested I call Beverly, who owns the store, and ask her. Well, I did, but Beverly didn't know either. Beverly had a garage. At that time, she rented it out for $5. That's $20. But there was a guy who came and brought a guy with an aura camera. So she gave me his number. I got a hold of him, and he finally called me back and gave me the number of the man in Tampa, right over off Dale Mabry, who had the camera, and he wanted to sell his camera. So
Oh, wow.
My friend and I went to, came over to Tampa the first week in January. We had our pictures taken, and we talked to him about buying the camera. They're $10,000. He sold it used for $8,500, and gave me a tripod and 2 milk crates to put the hand plates on.
Oh, wow.
And plus he had a business already established. He didn't want to travel, but that's why he was selling the camera. Well, I did, so that worked out. But so the next day I went to see the lady who sees auras, and I didn't show her the picture. She drew exactly what was in the picture.
Oh,
so
wow.
I called him back and told him that I would buy his camera. Within 6 weeks after I saw an aura picture, I had a camera.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was the universe just dropped it
Synchronicity.
in my lap.
Yep. You were meant to do this.
Meant to do it, yeah. So, and it is my mission. So,
Yes, I can tell. And you
makes,
do it well.
makes my life shine.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I can definitely tell
It's
that.
good.
Yeah. And you find out so much about yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
just like astrology, just like other modalities, when you see your aura and when it's interpreted to you, amazing things open up, and it's amazing how much, like, I personally can see auras, and I can tell you that without speaking to you, I would know certain things about you. but, you know, but it's up to you if you want me to tell you. But, you know, same thing with Kay. You know, if you really want to find out certain things about yourself, different aspects, you know, we're all like gems. We have different facets of our personalities, and this is what
Your aura doesn't lie.
yeah, does never lies.
Do you know when somebody's telling a lie?
I feel it rather than see it.
Feel it.
I usually feel it in my solar plexus.
Do you know when people are going to die?
Yes.
I don't want to know.
No, no, no.
I
I never
a
saw.
lady who died within a few days, and there was a woman in the audience that night that could see her. That was in a Barnes and Noble store, and she called me home the next day, and she said, "What did you think?" I said, "Oh, her aura was floating in space. Remember the old pictures of seances, movies?
Yeah, the spirit.
And her aura was out here. Her face was out here, and her aura was back here.
Wow.
And the lady called me. She said, "Yeah, she's going to pass over soon, within a few days." Yeah, that's the only picture I've done like that.
Wow.
But I told that in my lecture in the villages one time, and nobody would have their war picture taken. It was all senior citizens, they were afraid of telling them they're going to die. So I leave that out now.
Yeah, that would leave out, yeah.
Okay. We don't need to talk about that. But your aura does leave you. You know who Edgar Casey is, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the only book he ever actually wrote is a book on auras.
Yes.
He always saw them, and he tells the story about being going to get on an elevator. He doesn't get on it. As he looks back, he realizes nobody in the elevator has an aura. With that, the elevator crashed and they were all killed. So, you know, but yeah, I don't want to know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to know either. That's just, things are better left unsaid sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and you couldn't, you know. This lady actually that I did, her husband, there was a bar light in her picture, and her husband had passed over recently, and he was waiting for her. She was ready. I mean, I actually could have told her I wouldn't, but I could have.
Yeah.
And she would have been happy.
Oh, yeah. Some people are more
she was
accepting
ready.
than others.
Yeah. No, but that's not something. Guess what? You can do that.
Yeah, you have 6 months. All right.
No, she
Go
had
skydiving.
less than 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you
Oh,
want to
wow,
leave you
that's
3
gross.
days before you die.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of good to know, and it's, you know, it's piqued my interest.
I think it was John Edwards was on Tony Danza's show about 5-6 years ago.
I just watched that on YouTube, like not even a few days ago. It's funny you
With John
mentioned
Edwards?
it. Yes.
So you saw where he asked him if he went to get on a plane, he would know it was going to crash?
Yes.
And he said yes, they would not have worries.
Right.
And I'm wondering, what would you do? Would you get on the plane? You're not going to tell the pilot because he'd just think you were nuts.
Yeah, I think, knowing my personality, I probably would, but then, I've always catch a lot of flack for what I believed, and, you know, I've always tried to twist fate a little bit, but it doesn't always work out that way, folks.
No, that's all he said. He said, I would know it was going to crash because nobody would have me. And they wouldn't, you know?
Yeah.
So, but would you get on the plane?
No, absolutely not. No. But I would tell everybody, get off the plane now.
And they go, oh wait, I got an important meeting. I have to get on this plane. Well, go ahead, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can change fate and sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like you. I probably would tell them.
Me too. It's good to be vocal.
Yeah. Well, sometimes. Can get you in trouble.
Yeah, and I found that out too. But I also, I was reading on your website, which is www.auravisions.
Yeah, put the S on it.
Put the S on the end, auravisions.net. Very beautiful site too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I read off of that site that the Progen Aura imaging camera that you've used on both Liz and myself was developed about 15 years ago by Guy Coggins.
Probably closer to 20 now.
Closer
I
to-
had mine for 18, and it's one of the first ones he made. And the guy in Tampa had it for a year or two. They're probably much longer.
About 20 years. Wow.
When I wrote the website, it was probably 15.
Yeah. It's very nice website, and there's pictures on it also of different people's auras.
interpretation.
And your aura was huge on one of the pictures when you had the yellow around you.
That was my first picture.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to mention also, Mr. Coggins spent considerable time working with clairvoyants and psychics to set the colors as they've been seen by those who have the gift of seeing everyone's aura. And your aura is an electromagnetic energy field and is measured with biofeedback. And I guess that's the plates where you put your hands on.
Each of those points on those hand plates is a different acupressure point in your hand, and each of those points is a different part of your aura. So somehow your energy gets from those hand plates to the film and to the printer, and I don't know how that works. It's a secret.
It's really
patented. Yeah. But I've had a lot of people who see them to validate what I do. I mean, I don't hesitate if somebody's at a show or a psychic fair or something that I'm doing. If they can see auras, I don't hesitate to let them tell you what color they will be before I take the picture. And sometimes it's a little different because they're seeing a moving, pulsing thing, and I'm taking a still picture. And as you know, you're seeing pretty much everything you're thinking.
Yes.
And I'm taking the etheric layer, which is where you're adding the light, but not necessarily this moment in your life.
Right. It's something that's coming into your life.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about Liz. There's going to be new love. Woo! You go, girl.
I'm excited.
I like that. And I just want to say, as a person that sees auras, it's amazing to be able to see my own because I usually see just right around your hands. And that's all I see. On other people, I can see more for some reason. And usually I can see auras, you know, like in extreme dark, extreme light.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You see them in dark?
Yeah.
Because usually, when I've taken some classes teaching people, and they usually put you against a white wall.
Yeah.
But you know, if you stare at somebody long enough, your pupils will start seeing little flashes, and that's really not your aura. You know,
right.
What you have is a gift. And you always have it. You know, it's not. It's not. But we all sense them. In fact, in that class I'm talking about, we did an experiment where each of us sat at the end of the room, and each person in the class would come toward us with a blindfold on. And when they felt our energy, they would stop. Well, you know, when my daughter was coming toward me, I felt her energy immediately.
Yeah.
There was a huge woman there that got right on my toes before I felt her energy.
Wow.
So it was, you know, just how you connected with people. So
yeah.
There's a really good-looking guy there that my daughter felt his energy right away.
Oh, definitely. You can feel that.
Pretty cool. Yeah. But that was an interesting experiment because I think everybody feels it, especially little kids.
Yeah.
If a kid starts screaming when somebody gets near him.
And that was me growing up. My cousin Vinny, my older cousin Vinny, because I have 3 cousin Vinnies. My oldest cousin Vinny had told me, he goes, yeah, I remember when your dad was holding you and you went into a store where there was a lot of people that you didn't like it. You started crying, screaming, trying to get away. And I said, oh, I don't even remember that. And that explains a lot because it's like information overload, too much all at ononce. So
I always know when a baby sees auras because if they're in a stroller and I'm in a stroller, their little eyes will just follow me all around. They just, and occasionally I'll stop the mother and say, this child sees auras. So when they start talking, if they tell you they see colors around you, you believe it because they are.
They are.
And a lot of people tell me they saw them as children, and then it got so distracting they just shut it off.
Yeah.
It can be. I had a gal I met up in Casadega. She could see auras and hear people's thoughts.
Yes.
And she also saw the organs in the body.
Yes.
So, can you see that?
Yes.
Can you really? Oh my goodness.
Yes. And
I met 3 people other than yourself that could do that, and each one of them knew at the time exactly what was wrong with me. I mean, it was just better than any MRI or CAT scan or anything.
Because you really feel it. And we get all of our information from our solar plexus. We just feel, I know like when I'm in a bad situation, my solar plexus will tighten up. And I'll be just like, okay, you know, having protection mode, you know.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you see any of the colors in Liz's aura in her picture?
Yes.
That's in her picture?
I've seen only one color.
Only one? Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, as I've gotten older, for a while, folks, I've shut everything down because just like you were talking before, Kay, if you don't understand it, it just becomes too distracting.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody you talk to and everybody you see, it's like, you know, between hearing the thoughts, seeing the emotions and everything, it's over. It's like information overload. So I had to shut it down. And it wasn't until I began going to the College of Metaphysical Studies that I started to open back up again. Because now I know, okay, well, these colors I see around people are called auras, and yes, they hold your emotions. And, you know, you can see, you know, illness and all that stuff. That's something you don't want to see, but, you know, it does come up. But it's amazing, you know, and it's something, I think you're doing a great job, and I think you're doing a great service to everybody.
Fortunately, I don't see a lot of physical things. I did have a lady earlier today. She had a kind of a weird shade of green on her left side. And I said, do you have some physical things you need to take care of? She said, yes. I said, then do it.
Yes.
Don't put it off. Okay. So, and I just let it go with that.
Right.
You know, it wasn't a whole lot, but it was enough that I felt it was worthy of pointing it out to her.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, if I could look at your aura and tell you what was wrong with you and not cure it, that'd be wonderful.
Yes.
It's rare that I see any physical things.
Well, that's great that you can.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I know sometimes you don't want to and you turn it
I
off.
don't really want to either.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely a gift to be able to see them.
It is, and it's a blessing to finally know what all these things mean, because growing up as a kid, I thought, okay, well, I know I have 20/20 vision. I know I can see all right. Why am I seeing these colors around people? And, you know, and it's finally nice to know that it's called auras. It's your magnetic field, your psychic shield. And there's things that you need to do to protect this magnetic field. So, you know, one of the things, you know, I learned this in school. It's like a zipper. It's like a pretend zipper, and you zip up.
Yeah, I've had people zip and unzip my aura. So,
yeah, it's pretty neat.
It's kind of a kinesiology thing.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's really neat to learn, and, you know, protecting your personal energy is very beneficial. And especially, you know, like 2012, everybody's talking about the shift, you know, what the shift is about, and it's all about shifting your perception from negative to positive. And you have to do that, folks, because not only does it affect you, it affects everybody around you, and it affects the planet too. The planet has a huge magnetic field, and its field affects our field. And the more we think positively, the more we do positive things and say positive things. You know, the spoken word is very powerful, whether you say it out loud or you say it in your mind. So it's very, very important for all of us to just, you know, turn to the positive and, you know, do positive affirmations instead of negative. Like, I'll give you an example of a negative affirmation. Oh, I'm never going to amount to anything. Oh, this, oh, that, poor me, poor me. And I'm telling you, this is negative affirmations, and the more you say it, the more you're going to attract, you know, what I call the cosmic boomerang effect. You're going to get exactly what you're thinking.
What you asked for.
Yep, and real quick too.
Yep. True.
Very true. So I figure, so I just want to say thank you for
You're very welcome.
sharing your
Thank you.
gift with everybody
You're
and
welcome.
for talking with us today. And, you know,
My pleasure.
and we look forward to seeing you again. And by the way, we're here at the lovely Looking Glass Metaphysical Shop here in St. Petersburg on Central Avenue. So if you're ever in the area, stop by. And thank you very much, Kay. Okay, Kay, I was just curious as to all these photos and all the colors that are in there and their meanings. If you could just explain that, that'd be great.
Well, this is my first picture I was talking about, that my friend who sees auras drew when I had my picture taken with the same camera that I have now, and she drew exactly what it was. And this is pretty much what my aura looks like now. Okay?
Wow.
So it started changing pretty quickly after I got the aura. This is a really weak aura. Your aura is an ebb and flow of energy, you and those around you. This lady was raising 2 small children alone. She was caring for her mother who was terminally ill. All her energy was going out. As you can see her real clearly, and you can see the drape and everything. So. But I've done her since then, and she was better. Okay, so, but you can get your energy back, but it's not good to walk around like that. This is a person who's full of anger and resentment, and they're not very happy people, so they need to do some clearing. Okay. This is a very spiritual person who kind of keeps their spirituality pretty close to the vest here. They don't like to share it with people. People see them as very analytical type people, very grounded, but they're actually very spiritual people. This is a very spiritual aura, and lots of angels in there. This was the wife, and the husband's aura was pretty much like that, and this is the aura together. So she was definitely the boss. He was the more spiritual, but great communication. They had been together since they were teenagers, and they were probably about 50 at the time. Though I do a lot of couples together, and it's interesting to see. Now, a lot of times they don't have any of the same colors that was in their individual pictures. The couple I was talking about earlier today was a good example. So, okay.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hey everybody, I'm here at the Looking Glass here on Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm here with the owner, Chris
Otazo. Nice to meet y'all. I'm Chris Otazo. I own the Looking Glass. The Looking Glass is a small metaphysical store located in St. Petersburg, Florida. We offer psychic readings, Reiki healings, energy work, energy healings. We also, as you can see, carry a wide selection of inventory, from oils to candles to incense to books. Gemstones and crystals, of course, are a must. We look forward to seeing you soon, and thank you so much for coming out. It was a pleasure to have Miss Kay here. It's always a pleasure to see Miss Susan.
Yes.
We love her. Thank you so much. We love the show and the podcast, and we look forward to next time. Thank you so much.
And I would like to thank Chris for having me here today, and it's been a lovely day, and I hope to come back.
Very much so. Very soon. We'll have to make that happen very soon.
Okay, we
Awesome.
can do that.
Thank you. We love you. God bless.
Thank you, Susan.
Anytime.